Warning: Dallas Cowboys fandom is known to cause extreme emotional distress, anxiety, and difficulty comprehending reality. The following video contains content of an addictive nature. Consumption of this content by fans and haters alike may lead to repeated viewing. Fan responsibly.
Responsibly.
Welcome in.
Responsibly. Hello. Happy freaking Friday. Yahoo! It's the weekend. We finally made it. If you're new here, welcome. Of course, we are happy you're here. We're happy to have you, and thank you if you're watching again. We love the continuous support from you guys. We are TheStarWeAre. I'm Simon Sammy.
I am Landry's Legend.
I am Jimmy J's hair. We are the Star We Are. Are you? If you are, then you're here. So you've already answered that question. If you're not here, I question your fandom. No, just kidding. We've got a great show. We've got a good game plan this week. I believe we do. Hopefully our coaches do against the Vikings, and that's what we'll talk about in our game plan. But first, we'll kick things off. We'll let you know how you can get some cool merch, some cool energy products, and how you can use TSWA to support the channel and get some discounts doing it. Sammy will give us some news this week. It's going to be big. Some Trevon Diggs news, some team news. That's where I get my news. Stick around. The road to 6 is a long one. It's a hard one. It's a one you got to win out. We've got to talk about it, and we will. Halftime will be hopefully a good one. We're going to march to the sound of our own drum, to the rhythm of our own beat, and do our own thing, and we'll teach you how to fan responsibly. Star stat of the week. We already did that last week. So what did we do this week to fill that void? Stay tuned. Spin the record. Same record as last week. Again, it's kind of a weird week. We got a 10-game stretch here, so we're already talked about last game, but we will still spin this thing. We will still talk about it. The Star We Are updates, we'll give them to you, what it is and what it ain't. And I think 2-minute spill is back to me this week, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's.
Ooh, I just knew it wasn't me, and that was all I needed to know.
All right. So what is you though, Sammy? Is you can kick this thing off for us? Are you punting this week? You punting or you kicking off this week?
Let me do it twice in a row, and I'll do it third time because that's the charm.
No worries. Punt it right to me.
The kickoff.
Look at that. Hopefully I do it as much justice as Cavante Turpin did. That return, what an infamous return, the spin. It was so, and just to remind you guys before I give you the promo here, when we were watching that game and the ball hit the ground and he had to turn around to go get it, I yelled, "This is a touchdown," before he ever picked up the ball. And then he turned around and scored. Anyway, not to brag, but TSWA will get you 15% off, and you can brag on some cool merch. Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company.com, CRAC, crack, get you some. It's not bad. It's not drugs. It's clothes. Clothes are good for kids. Also, W Energy, what's good for adults is DUBBY, because Jimmy said so, because W said so, and you need to get as hyped as our team does to win out the last 4 games of this season. That's what we're going to talk about. It's the Star We Are, and enjoy the show, guys.
I'm a fan of the Star We Are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboy.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to...
I'm Jess Navarez, and you're watching The Star We Are.
If you're not following them, you are not fanning responsibly.
Plugged in and switched on. This is The Star We Are live.
First time, I can't remember. I think this is the first time we got 2 shows within before a single game happens. That 10-day stretch got us in the throwing off from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's not the off season for sure. Yeah. You guys might question what I was doing there.
Yeah.
And I'm cutting it out. What are we cutting out? All the nonsense.
You muted Sam.
Any nonsense on this football team. Any nonsense that might be brewing, any nonsense that might be around. And Jimmy's going to be 100% honest with you guys. I said about 5-6 weeks ago, I think Trevon Diggs may have played his last snap on this football team. And I think in these news, you might find out a little bit why and a little bit of the context why behind. Jimmy said those things, and listen to some of the words and stuff. I think Sammy's got it for you, and she's got a whole lot more in my favorite segment of the show.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah, go.
Before we go to the news, just because I wanted to double check. Sam, a mic check. I thought you might be muted.
How about now?
There you go.
How about now?
Yeah, I've been waiting. Did I say anything? I don't think I said anything.
Well,
I've
you
just been
tried to. I
laughing.
think that's why I tried to get you before we went on there. And well, we'll do it after the news. You made me think about something. Let's go to the news.
Okay, sorry.
Sammy says it all.
Whoop whoop. Tell us
Ooh,
about
that
it.
was a
I need
good
to hear
news
it.
segment, guys. Well, sorry you guys caught me off guard. I was trying to get my news ready for the news that I'm about to tell you. I always have screenshots and everything to try to prepare for it, but I was a little bit lacking, so I apologize. First things first, the one thing I always like to start with is the injury report. One name that has been on there for a while that is still on there is Tyler Guyton. I say for a while, it's been 3 games. He suffered a high ankle sprain versus the Eagles. And he is out again versus the Vikings and has not practiced at all this week. And I looked it up. See, screenshot not ready. I told you. Okay. So it says here that for such a large, I feel bad. She's not bad. I feel bad saying this. For a large lineman, like the injury is considered tricky. I mean, honestly, just because the weight. Oh God, this makes me feel so guilty, man. I'm so sorry.
Do it. Big boys are big boys. We're okay with it. Listen, I'll vouch for him. I am one.
With everything, it is possibly going to be an extended recovery time. Hopefully, he will be back in 2025. But
it's all about the grade, the grade of it to begin with, and then when you, like you said, when you're 300 pounds, how much can you stay off of it?
Right. The one thing that we know for sure is ACL intact, and that's all that matters. As long as the rest of his knee is put together, I can deal, or all of his knee is put together, I can deal with a high ankle sprain. Speaking of injuries, we don't have anybody else that's specifically listed as out yet. We have 3 questionable, and they're all kind of, big names. Jadeveon Clowney is questionable again. Well, I guess he was out last week, so he's questionable. Trayvon Diggs is listed as questionable. I have more for you on that in just a second. And Jake Ferguson is now listed as questionable as well.
For what?
And that's what I was trying to get pulled up because I took a screenshot of him being questionable.
No.
Calf injury. A calf
Just
injury.
recently in practice, I'm assuming, huh?
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it. I'm so sorry. I will get ready on that. But he only didn't practice on Thursday. He's been a limited practice the rest of the week. So I'm hoping it's just something minor that they don't have to give a lot of news on.
It sounds like they're trying to maintain. Questionable is supposed to be the technical term for it is that it's 50% probability that you'll play.
Yeah,
it seems to be generally higher than that. If you're,
that's what I'm
if you're questionable
too.
all week and you don't get downgraded, when you go forward, when you don't miss more practice, but you practice a little more at the end of the week, you'll be playing. So come on, Jake.
Right, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for more, but I don't know. I guess that's it. But other than that, everything is looking good. We do have a couple other names on there, but nothing to worry about, it seems. One thing that I am super excited to share, and we all figured would happen, is CeeDee Lamb did clear concussion protocol and should indeed be back for the Vikings game. And I have a feeling that man is ready to cause some terror.
Well, he was fixing to have such a big game against Detroit. He's going to go for 200 yards.
Right. Anyway. I know it's going to be big. So then I also got, Hunter Lipke's on here, Siobhan Revel, Donovan Wilson, and Hakeem Adeniji, but they're all listed as unspecified. All had full practices on Friday, so I'm highly doubtful anything's going to happen with them. For the Vikings, I don't know all of their players, but they only have one listed as questionable, which is Christian Darrisaw.
Yes.
Yep, sorry.
Yep, man.
But then there's some notable names on there, like Jordan Addison had a limited practice. He's dealing with an Achilles injury. And then Justin Jefferson's listed on there. I believe it was non-injury rest, but just a couple of big noticeable names on the injury report that we want to keep an eye on.
Yeah, week 15. Everybody's not 100% anymore.
We used to do it for our linemen a lot.
Tyron.
Nope, you're okay. I was trying to move on to the next thing. Another injury that happened across the league that is none of our players or anything was TJ Watt's lung collapsed.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit curious about that. And it happened. So JJ Watt tweeted about 6 hours ago. Well, when I screenshotted this, that he had a successful surgery to stabilize and repair a partially collapsed lung suffered Wednesday after a dry needling treatment session at the facility. Okay, it said that recovery timeline is still TBD, but all went well as he's being released from the hospital today. And his family is appreciative of all the thanks and prayers that they've been getting. And then Ian Rappaport said that he is expected to play again this season. It is a heel on its own, so we don't know when he'll be coming back, but hopefully hopefully he'll be back before the end of the season. And then I looked up dry needling because I had a feeling it was acupuncture or something similar,
that's a
but I
new one to
wanted
me.
to see. It says a physical therapist inserting a thin needle into the skin to stimulate a myofascial trigger point or knot in a muscle. So the goal is to create a local twitch response to release muscle tension, reduce pain, and improve movement. So somebody stabbed him too far. Like that had to be what happened. Like to get a collapsed lung from it, unless his muscle,
something
like
akin
I
to
don't.
acupuncture, at least sounds like it.
What?
Something akin to acupuncture is what the dry needling sounds
Right,
like.
pretty much. Yeah, because that's what I thought. But it says it's left in place for a few seconds for up to 20 minutes and could be used with other methods like electrical stimulation.
I'm good.
And I don't think that would have anything to do with it, but that just freaked me out. But back to some of the big news. Let me go back. Okay, Trayvon Diggs.
Oh, juicy. Here we go.
So I was ready for him to come back last week. Like, I feel like, I don't know if he's really ready this time. If they're really ready to risk it, then he's willing to risk it and he's going to give us his all. And we didn't get that last week. And we're not sure if we're going to get that this week, as you've seen. He had said before that he was possibly going to come back last week versus the Lions. But then it can't find out that he didn't get as much practice during the week, I feel like, as everybody kind of thought he was. So he said he was ready to play, but coaching said otherwise, so he sat out. He did say that this week before the Vikings game, he has gotten a lot more practice, a lot more reps. He said that once again, he is ready to go and play. But, sorry, God, my writing's so sloppy. Okay, but on 105.3, Stephen Jones said that they will make a decision on Saturday if he will play versus the Vikings and officially has him listed as questionable. And Shoddy said during the week that he has got to show us that he is ready to do everything the right way. Whatever that means for a skilled player to be doing things the wrong way kind of has me a little curious as to what he means about that. I might be way overthinking that, but I'm very curious.
I think it's on and off the field.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of for it to be, I don't know. But it's obviously not juicy enough to be all over the news, so thank goodness for that. But Trayvon, please, man. And what he had to say about the whole situation was that, like Jimmy said, is he playing his last game with us? Like, it's kind of up in the air right now. But he said that he still want to remain with the Cowboys in the future, although he's ready for anything. He said, I love Dallas, but at the end of the day, it's a business. Whatever happens, happens. I'm prepared. I'm ready for it. I would love to be here. I love everything that comes with Dallas and Kansas, the fans, the relationships I've built here. But if that's not what it is, then that's just not what it is. I feel like him kind of losing Micah to something kind of not injury related, but similar is kind of rubbing off on him. He also said too, he said, I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I'm not having a crisis of not knowing how to play football. He said, I know how to play football. I know what I'm capable of. I know what skill set I have. So, it's all about showing it, putting it out there, and making the plays that I've always made.
Well, Sam, let me stop right there for a second, because when a player, and I quote you quoting him, when a player says, it's not like I'm having a crisis or something of not knowing how to play football. I have a feeling you're having a crisis on how to learn playing football. Not that you don't know the game, but something's happening for you to even feel like you need to say those words. Nobody asked that. I don't know what the question was, but I don't think the prompt was, do you think you've lost a little bit of your football? And so for whatever prompted him to say, it's not like I'm having a crisis of learning how to play the game. He's obviously struggling with Fluce's system, which we, going back and looking at the early film, we might actually see that and maybe can correlate those things now. And I think, and it happens to guys, especially guys that play his position, 2 injuries, same leg, same way, you can be 80% of the player you used to be. And without an Al Harris coaching you in a different system, 2 injuries, you just may not be Trevon Diggs anymore. And that can be possible.
Well, let's hope that Aiden comes to our team in the future. But real quick, Stephen Jones still believes that he will play again in 2025, and Sunday is still definitely a possibility. Just not 100% yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else important that I had here, but I think
don't take Savone Rebel snaps and not be better.
That is it. What?
I said, do not take Savone Rebel snaps and not be better.
Oh, right. Oh God. And I hope he's okay. His name on the injury report kind of scared me a little bit too, but I'm sure if it was something serious, we would have known more.
Well, I enjoyed the news. It was good. And for anybody who's thinking maybe I'm hating on Trevon, listen, I'm not. Okay, I'm not. I like Trevon Diggs. I think he was a great player. Obviously, Pro Bowler. I like his character. I think I see a little bit of disconnect since we lost Micah. The injuries I think have affected him, and so just crossing our fingers that he actually can be the player he used to be or somewhat of it, and give the best he can for our team. That is what I hope for him. It's just, honestly, I don't feel that that's what's going to happen in his future. And so that's kind of where I'm at.
I'll ask if Trevon's on the last year of his rookie contract. No, he got extended.
Yeah, he got a deal
2 years ago, right?
In his 3rd year, which was 2 years ago, and it was a 4-year extension. So I think there's 2 years on his contract left.
Right.
But if he's released after the end of this season, it's an $18 million payoff.
That's right. You reported that just a week or 2 ago.
Yep.
Yeah, good deal. So, Sam, good job with the news. And listen, if y'all enjoyed the news, make sure you are hitting that like button, subscribing, doing all the right things. I can barely talk today because I'm actually about as nervous as I can. But even whether I can talk and whether I can walk at the same time, that's irrelevant as long as the wheels stay on down the road to 6.
Road to 6.
We are rolling. Who is that? Look at Trevon trying to get on board.
Oh my gosh! Darn. You guys better let him on.
Better let him on the bus.
Better let him on.
Sam says we got to let Trevon on the team bus. We'll pick him up. He's standing behind the trash can full of people that we played in the first half of the season. Obviously, you can see on our dash we've got the second half lined up. 2 days away from back at home against Minnesota. Reminding you always this year, for Marshawn Nealon, Big 94, Big Bro, huge loss to the TheStarWeAre, to the Dallas Cowboys, to his family, to the world. Ask for help. Please ask for help. Always.
Please.
And so this week, so last week, we kind of wrapped it up with, we talked mostly on Detroit, right? Because we knew we had to come into this week and we'd have another show before the next game. And so we really kind of wanted to stick to Vikings. We're going to focus on the Vikings. And for me, I'll steal this one, Sam. I know we usually like to be polite, but I'm sorry. I'm going to play a little rude today. I'm going to steal this. I'm going to go first. And I titled the prompt because I believe that our key to success is JJ to JJ is a no-no. You cannot let JJ McCarthy throw the ball to Justin Jefferson at all. With Jordan Addison not being 100% healthy, I'm less scared of his because he's a burner, right? He's speed. And if that's an ankle injury, I'm not so scared of the speed as I am Justin Jefferson torching us for 9 catching us and how many ever yards. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Technical difficulty. But yeah, so my key to this game is definitely JJ is a no-no. Secondly, on the offensive side of the ball, we have to be able to run it. I watched this Vikings defense keep their team in a game when their offense early on, it was the game where they got absolutely smoked by the Commanders. They had, who is it? Mark Bromson, who I don't even know, Hosmer.
Oh,
Mark Hosmer.
That's
You've
what
never
it
heard
is.
of him because no one's ever heard of him because I'm not to clown the guy. He's in the NFL, right? But no, I'm just serious. So Mark Hosmer was their quarterback last week. So get real. and the defense was still playing good, getting to the quarterback and looking lights out. We cannot let this defensive line tee off on Dak Prescott. The Lions last week got us on the run game. They stopped it. Therefore, they were finally able to create pressure. So the two keys for me, no to JJ, and we have to run the ball. Javonte Williams needs to have one of his better games, because if JJ and this offense get kind of hot like they were last week and their defense shows up, it can be a tough one, and our playoff shots will be gone.
And that's why y'all have to take over before you take it all. That would be where I would branch to next, is the run game. That fifth best run game that you were talking about, or fourth best run game in the beginning of the year. Yeah, top 5 to me would have been considerable and close enough. But anyways, in the past 8 games or so, it's really just the first 5 or 6 weeks. I saw a graphic recently of the first 5 weeks, I think it was, when we were literally in the top 5, and the last however many games that is 9. And it's like 23rd. It's fallen off significantly. We haven't been able to keep offensive linemen healthy. Definitely the return of the run game is going to be huge. And you mentioned their pass rush already. Their pass rush is serious. I've seen it against good teams. I've seen it against bad teams. They get there.
They do.
They bring a lot of blitzes. That's hard to do against Dallas when they're going to throw CD and
Dak's one of the best against the blitz.
And George out there. Yeah. So and what other things stand out? I'll see what Sam's got to say now as I try to think a little more on the Vikings.
I don't know.
I was prepared to not play JJ McCarthy for a while, and then
he's back.
But I'm not sure that it's a huge upgrade or downgrade versus
Hosmer.
No, who was playing?
Oh, Carson Wentz was who was replacing him when he first went down.
I forgot. Yeah.
I don't know if that's any better than Hosmer, if you ask me. I'm sorry.
Man, I don't know. I feel like for us, our key is going to be chemistry. Just being able to not have so many drops. George and CD are capable. I don't know what their corners are really like. I do apologize. I haven't been slacking on my other teams of football this year, but life
they don't matter.
Lifing. So my other thing would be we kind of let Jahmyr Gibbs run all over us last game, and I'm hoping that we don't slack again and do it this game, because
happened,
we have a thing where bad teams get the best of us. And I'm not knocking on the Vikings, but they have had a rougher year than they've had. Yeah.
No,
and
good point.
When Christian McCaffrey went out, Jordan Mason was explosive on the 49ers. Like, I drafted him and got like great points from him. I know fantasy's kind of funny, but he was good. He was explosive, and I'm hoping that we are not the opportunity that he has to show that again.
Penalties.
The only other thing
we've been in I think we're 30th in penalties.
Oh God. Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
And then my only other thing is to make JJ uncomfortable. If we can keep McCarthy uncomfortable and keep him panicked and throw that ball away and get nervous, I'm good.
There you go. That's
sure. We get any kind of pass rush. The thing we still lack, pass rush. You don't need any help on defense. I think I put a little short compilation up earlier in the week. Rex Ryan talking about it. Saying basically what we've all three of us have said all year long, which is if you gave the Cowboys a mediocre defense, they'd go to the Super Bowl.
The offense early on,
crazy. But that's
the offense early on definitely looked like it had that capability,
and it looks like that every time the defense puts up any kind of performance, right? Every time
you
get any help
like
from a defense, and you get a turnovers or anything like that, plus possessions, plus field position, God, we'll smoke you.
God, it's so crazy to hear us talk about like the defense in any way positive, considering the beginning of the season. Like, it's
the best
just
part about
so
it.
dramatically different. I can't believe it.
Even if we run the table and the Eagles don't lose to, and we still miss the playoffs by running the table. Let's say we ran the table and the Eagles don't lose to, we still miss the playoffs with 10 wins. Getting to 10 from where it looked like it might have been heading. The defense that we're finishing the year with versus what it looked like it might become with, the picks that we have going into next year and the money versus what we had coming into this year. We'll be spinning the record come the last week of our season, no matter when that happens to come.
Ooh, I can't wait, man. The more the season goes on, I hate it's almost over because now I'm really hyped. Like, I'm ready.
And see that's a good Landry. You said, talking about next year.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of talking about last week. This is a weird season where I'm already excited about next year, regardless. Like, I'm excited to see the potential of winning out and going to the playoffs. Obviously, that's still on the table. That's right up front. But I'm already excited for next year due to the fact that other than Matt Eberflus, I don't think a single coach is at risk of their job. And the way our defense has looked since the trade deadline, I don't think Matt Eberflus is either, right? So as far as staff goes, no change is going to happen. Quarterback, we're not going to get a new one. Offensive line, young and paid. Defensive line, young and paid. Or just coming on going
George
into
Pickens
their
or
CeeDee
Lamb not leaving.
I don't
my
know.
gosh, man.
We'll see.
I'm asking for George Pickens for Christmas. Like, please.
Y'all don't want my honest opinion on the George Pickens.
Yeah, go ahead.
It can't last forever, guys. I want it to.
All right, Jimmy. All right. That's enough.
I love them and I love y'all. But
hey,
anyway,
we can get rookies and everything we need for cheap 4-year deals and at least have them for another couple years before we really have to worry about paying people. Like, it can happen.
I think we'll pay him.
Actually, coach isn't even worried about paying them. It's the keeping them happy. Two receivers of that caliber.
It's tough. The NFL has showed us, history does tend to show us the proof is in the pudding, and it works until it doesn't. That's the truth of the dynamic duo receiver. Not that either one of them are divas. George might be a little bit more than CD, but every receiver has their own diva. They diva in their own way, and it works until it doesn't. I'll just say that anyway. And hopefully I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, boys. Prove me wrong. Anyway,
I hope so, because now you have me thinking. Now I'm scared. Dang it, man.
Well, that's the Cowboys drama. We got to have it. It's soap opera.
Maybe if we win a bowl, they'll just be happy-go-lucky and be like, "All right, let's do it again."
That would we went out and go to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl this year. It'd be the best Cinderella story the NFL has ever had.
And
the lowly Cowboys, yes, coming back after the bye week trade and winning the Super Bowl.
I'll ask if Trey's older than Micah. Yeah, I think a year, right? He got drafted. He was the first round pick the year before.
The year before.
Micah, yeah.
Was it the year before? Okay, you guys are better than me. I thought it was
2020.
Yeah. So before we go on to halftime, Sam, I think you landed the last best key to the game because McCarthy is. I don't think he got too much pressure handed to him in Washington. That was a pretty clean game. They won 31-0. Jaden got hurt. The Washington offense basically helped out the Vikings offense by giving them the ball back and, multiple turnovers and stuff. So I don't think they're obviously not going to – the Vikings aren't fixing to walk up to the same team or the same game that they just played against Washington. They will not be 31-0 against us or anything close to it. We should win this game. And I believe what you said. I say that to say what you had said about getting to JJ. If you can get him to cough up the ball a couple times, whether it be strip sack, make a bad throw, make a bad decision, take a couple real deep sacks that push him, way back in loss of yardage type deals, I think that can catapult our offense to putting up enough points that they can't catch us. So
just get them flustered and scared of what's to come for the rest of the game.
Before we go to start stat, because when it comes up, we'll be right on into that. What I was thinking about right before Sam's news, your predictions from the beginning of the year. I hit on the running game, how it was there, kind of fell off. It's unlikely we're going to get it all the way back up there, but
yeah,
I'll give it. I'll give you that it was better than it was, and still. But if you want to look at just yards, I do think Javonte still could finish around fourth or fifth.
He may finish around fifth or sixth, yeah. Right. And listen, any of these predictions are things like that. Obviously, barring injuries, right? Like when the offensive lineman, your center goes down, those things can.
But I still say that's leaning towards the good, or exact, maybe not, but leaning towards the good. Shador starting by week 4 was one of yours.
I was just late.
I'm so happy you called that. I'm over the moon.
But the thing is, it was the Browns' fault. Not you.
Yes, it was.
You were right. You said Shador's the best quarterback the Saints don't have. You were right about that. Nick Wright's moving him up the quarterback mountain now. And after making it onto the mountain last week, he's up a tier. So he clearly was supposed to have been starting. What else was on there that I thought about that was, the Washington Redskins missed it by a game.
Being under 500.
It took a week or two past week 5 to...
I said by week 4, it was week 5 when they did it, yeah.
Before they slipped under 500, and then that's not even... Of course, you said that they would get back, I think, to 500.
I said it would be at least
that.
week 15 before they could get back over 500, and they will not have a chance to. So.
And two other ones. What else is on there? But pretty good. It looks like. I can't remember the
Well,
other two.
one of them was a preseason prediction. It was Aaron Rodgers to the Vikings, or not to the Vikings, to the not the Steelers, but somewhere else. Was it St. Rogers is what I had. I
Yeah,
had
okay.
Aaron Rodgers going to the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, but that didn't end up happening. So that one I'm wrong on. But the other like regular season like football
That was good.
predictions are pretty. I was pretty
In the
solid on.
neighborhood. In the neighborhood. All
Yeah.
right. Let's start
Like
stat.
you said, I called CJ Stroud too, and it's not my fault the Cleveland Browns don't see quarterbacks like I do. I'm sorry. Give me a job.
Our stat of the week.
That's right.
Star Stat of the Week.
Okay.
I do it all the time.
Coach, Jalen Hurts' team is the big headline. You put the star stat of the week together this week. You want to run highlights or stats first? And
In this case, is it low lights? Ha.
let's reveal the player.
It is.
Let's reveal the player with some stats first.
Okay, yeah. Well, Jalen Hurts' team, I'm pretty
first time
21
ever.
of 40, 21 of 40 for a 52% completion. Yeah, we already talked about our star stats last week.
We had some star stats early last year when we didn't have great performances, or the first year we were doing this.
We would talk about some negatives
Yeah.
if you did real bad, yeah. And so Jalen Hurts did real bad. He did exactly that, real bad. If you watched any of the Eagle fan reactions, if you watched any of the TikToks or shorts about Jalen Hurts, they were hilarious. They were funny, especially if you're a Cowboys fan. And so he was, like I said, 21 of 40 for 52% completion percentage, 31.3 quarterback rating, which let me just tell you that you get a 40 if you just spike the ball on every play. So he got less. He was rated less than a quarterback that just goes out and throws the ball into the dirt on every single down. He did worse than that. He completed 6 yards per completion out of those 21 completions, which netted a total of who gives a crap yards. And he had 4 interceptions and a fumble. And here in these highlights that we're about to show you, Coach, I think you were about to say it.
4 interceptions and a fumble. Well, maybe it's on the. We'll just let it be on the highlights, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see it. We could stop it.
Yeah, we'll check it out on the highlights.
My star of the week, Jalen Hurts.
Definitely the star for the Dallas Cowboys. It upped our playoff chances by 10% just by him, putting on this.
Oh, he sailed that one.
Big time throw.
Big time throw. That one. And look, here's the thing. This isn't even an interception. Here's the thing, guys. It could have been 5. This one hits the ground. Look at this. It's supposed to be 5.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Called. Yep. That one barely got away from him. It could have been worse. All right. He just threw it right into triple coverage.
Same as the first one.
So just back.
He's got it.
Look, he got it. He recovered it.
Oh my gosh, that's the first time a player's done that since
done that.
Is that ever? Was it like
in
since
the history of
like
playing football?
That's
threw an
right.
interception and fumbled in the same play.
And
Look
that's what I was going to mention. Not only the 4-1, but 2 of them in the same play. First time ever. Incredible.
That Eagles fan had some language.
Dot.
I'm pretty sure in that game between him and Justin, there was like 5 interceptions or something in 11 plays.
Oh God!
Wow,
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check on that.
First or something. I bet they did set a record on that.
Yeah, they did have the turnovers on back-to-back plays at one point. That was crazy. And so there's number 3. We could have already been at 4. Here's going to be the last one. Now pause this real quick.
No,
Coach.
we are at. I can't do it just yet. Hang on.
You can't do that.
I got you. I just got to run it back, and I'll pause it for you.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, 5 turnovers in the last 11 plays.
Wow, insane.
What do you want to see?
That's crazy. So just right here, this situation, I'm just going to point this out. Jalen Hurts has at this point had 3 turnovers, 4 if you count the fumble. He's fixing to throw his 4th interception. I just want to point that out that Nick Sirianni is an absolute dingus, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to tell you why. Because if I'm the coach of this Eagles team that knows my offense is struggling and that knows, even though I don't want to admit it to reporters, that my offense and my quarterback and my offensive coordinator are the reason that my offense is struggling. Mainly my quarterback. I don't want to hear nothing about Kevin Patullo. I see guys running open. Jalen misses them. You see it in this game. So I don't hear nothing about that. If I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm looking at this game going, a field goal ties. A tie almost secures us the division because Dallas has a tie, and the only thing they can do is if they get to 10 wins and somehow we only get to 10, they pass us because of a tie.
I don't know. This tie would be like
I've
winning.
got a tie in the bag right
It's
here.
a win.
If I'm Nick Sirianni, I've got to know the tie basically is a win when it comes to your division, and you have to think that way. If he ends up getting caught, they will go back to this play in this moment and go, why wouldn't you take 3, take the tie, and you win the division?
I mean, you're on it, and you're definitely not the only one. But yeah, the Eagles fans are torching them for even throwing the ball in this situation. Here it is. And the throw, the decision. I guess.
Well, listen, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm not mad at Schottenheimer for calling a pass and giving Dak an opportunity, but they don't trust this guy, especially after he just threw 3 picks already this game. So,
is that all
tough? That was all 4. That was
plus 1 on the same play.
Plus 1 on the same play. The first time in NFL history.
All right, well then
set a record.
Jalen hurts his team and helps us
Yeah.
spin the record. Maybe a little different. That's one thing that's happened since we were last on the show. So we'll spin the record.
Did we blow through halftime? We don't need a halftime. Yeah, we just
I didn't mean to do that.
Well, no, it's okay. There was no game this week. You know what? So halftime gets a bye week. That's all right.
No, halftime has to run. Everybody in here still needs to like and subscribe. Let's run the halftime.
Fair enough. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, and get ready to fan responsibly with Team Give Back, the star we are, hashtag fan responsibly. Find us everywhere on all your socials. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, do the right things. That's like, don't get too drunk at games, be nice to ladies, hold doors, don't curse players. Don't be the guy that Landry and I have witnessed sitting in the 3rd row at the 40-yard line, spending uber amount of money on a Dallas Cowboys ticket with your you probably paid for 6 of them to yell, Micah Parsons sucks, when we all know he's a future Hall of Famer. Don't be that irresponsible fan. Join Team TheStarWeAre and fan responsibly.
Or same ticket, same situation. Leave the Philadelphia game after 15 minutes of being there. Get there late when it's already 7-0. Leave when it gets to be 21-0, and miss. Miss exactly what you paid for, exactly what you came to see, for all the excitement and thrill. Don't do that.
No.
That makes me think of what the Ravens game could have been like in that 4th quarter. I remember sitting there like hoping because
Okay, Coach was at the Atlanta game during a COVID year. Whenever there were only when it was only like 1/5 capacity, there were only like 20,000 people there, and we're getting stomped by the Atlanta Falcons and pulled probably the 2nd biggest comeback, I guess, that we've ever had since.
No, it was the biggest 4th quarter comeback in NFL history still.
Yeah.
We were down.
How many points was it?
23 points in the 4th quarter.
Oh, I can't. Oh my god.
And we got the onside kick.
The onside kick, though, the watermelon kick.
You remember the little spinning watermelon kick that like spins sideways and like?
I think we've shown it. Yeah, we'd have to have a highlight.
I think so. I don't know. I'm a little hazy right now. My apologies.
No, it was
all right.
Good.
Then we'll spin the record.
Let's do it.
Spin the record.
2. So you're saying there's a chance?
Now, can I get my groove on this week? Because there's a chance. Okay. Can we do that? This reminds me of like Walk Like an Egyptian.
We're like,
are you doing the Macarena?
Yeah, I don't know how to dance like at all. So
we should just get the Macarena sample and play it because that would be.
No doubt. That's going to work.
I would absolutely sit here and do the Macarena during the show. Like the whole show, I would sit here and do
whole show.
So
yes.
The Philadelphia Eagles loss that improved our playoff chances from whatever, depending on where you look, 7-17, 9-19, something like that. We got a 54% chance if you assume we win out, and that will go up, as the Philadelphia Eagles lose. Last week I was at 9 wins. I was still saying I still can't quite trust this new, sometimes heavily improved, sometimes slightly improved defense the people are questioning. I'm not a part of it, but a lot of questions about the effort from George Pickens last week. Just some turnovers that fumbles we've had a bit of an issue with this year. Something going wrong that still holds us back from winning one game. I'll need to see us get through the Vikings probably handily before I could say, hey, we're going to run the table. We're going to get to 10. So I'm still at 9-7-1, right?
Yeah, that would be if you think we're still going to slip one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm still at. And like I said, until we maybe get through the Vikings.
Sam, you were at, I think we were trusting the 10,
Mhm.
6 and 1, right? But we called the loss to Detroit, but we thought we would end up winning more.
Well, you called the
That's
loss. I
right.
definitely thought we were gonna win.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just such a softie. I'm gonna stay at 10, 6, and 1. I mean, I
Do it.
feel like
Nothing
we've had
changed on
time
our
to
end.
rest.
CD
Huh?
nothing changed on our end since you last said 10. You know, CD's healthy. He's not hurt.
Right, and I feel like we had more rest than we did between last game and this game, so I feel like
Definitely.
that'll help, and the possibility of Trayvon coming back just to be another addition to either give somebody else some rest in between reps or possibly come and do some magic for us. Offensively, I'm not worried. I think CD has a revenge concussion game to go back for, and I think
I
that
like it.
George, doesn't want to be known for having that bad attitude and looking bad on the sideline. So I think he's going to try to show out as well and show he is still perfectly capable. I'm not worried about Dak at all. Dak is Dak, and I trust him 100%, and that's about that.
Flyboy revenge game. I like
Good
that one.
situation
Dak
to be able to say I
Yeah.
trust my quarterback 100%.
Yeah,
No.
I do.
And you know what? And expecting CD was about to go off and got taken out of that game. And, I'm sure he felt the concussion, but I can guarantee he wanted to play, wasn't allowed to. You know what I mean? So you're right. He's definitely going to want to come back out and be like, man, I was fixing to put up 200 yards against that team. I want to do it against this team. And you should be right about George being motivated. I like your call on that one. The Flyboy big revenge game. That would be nice to see. If we do get to see that, that means our offensive line held up. So that'd be nice. Listen, my Cowboys, my historical Cowboys gut right now is telling me that I should be at the 8-8, the Jason Garrett 8-8
Closer to where I am. Believing that why would we just run the table, or because to run the tables is to go 7-1 in the last 8, right?
Right.
So,
well, and here's what I'll even add to that. Not only do I feel like in my gut, my team is going to disappoint me by going 2-2 in these last 4 games, like something's telling me that somebody in the NFC will actually fall to 10 wins, and had we won out, we would have made the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, not only will we not win out, there would have been the open window to get in the dance.
Yeah,
and so
punch.
That'll really hurt. That's a gut punch. That's what I feel like is going to happen. But what am I going to say is going to happen on this freaking StarWeAre live show? 10-6-1. Come on, guys. Beat the Vikings and walk. Listen, the Chargers didn't play a good game against the Eagles. I'm going to tell you, the Eagles had a chance to win that game in overtime or tie that game in overtime with 5 turnovers handed to their offense. Justin Herbert had the ball 5 extra possessions, and they almost lost. So I'm not scared of the Chargers as people think we should be. Not scared of the Vikings, really, as long as our offensive line holds up. And the rest of the schedule outside of those 2 teams, I believe, are cakewalks. I really, really do.
Yeah.
So please win 10.
Dang, I guess I keep
no
forgetting
cakewalks
about
when
the
there's
Chargers.
no margin
I
of
mean,
error. All those games you think are cakewalks, when they come on, let's say we beat the Vikings, let's say we beat the Vikings and Jaden Daniels is still out, and you're feeling like the Washington's going to be a cakewalk. When the game's about to come on and it's still must win every game on the way
be
out.
nervous. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Go
ahead,
I'll
Sam.
be puking. Yeah. Sorry.
Marcus Mariota's going to feel the pressure.
Okay. You were going to say something about the Chargers, though. You were saying you forgot they were on the schedule. What about them? A little nervous?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like a threat, but then I feel like maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how I decided to feel about that game. But now, if I do feel like we're going to lose to one team, my stomach, like I said, being the softie that I don't feel like we're going to lose to them.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if we have a loss in there, it would be them.
Would be the Chargers.
Well,
they're
they're the best team left
the
on our
team that can
schedule,
do it.
and it's because of Justin Herbert is a Pro Bowl level quarterback. He's the best quarterback on left on our schedule. So
No, it's just crazy. While he did make some good plays against the Eagles, it's weird when you get 5 turnovers. Your defense gets you the ball that many times, and you still only score just enough points,
sneak it out.
You want to see
sneak it out with a field goal in overtime, 22-19. Barely crossed the 20 digit with 5 turnovers. Like that's huge. So
he only had 1 interception.
Yeah, Herbert had just the one right after the freaking. On the back-to-back plays, Jalen Hurts turnover, and then I hurt.
Yeah. I thought there was another one for some reason, but it was just that one.
So that's that. Chat, let us know where you guys are at. Again, thank you for being with us today. Hit the right buttons on your screen, phone, TV, laptop, whatever you're watching on. Don't yawn.
Sorry, I haven't even had coffee. I can't. I'm like ready to go to bed so I can wake up. Tomorrow's fight night. Sunday, I get to watch the Cowboys, and then Shador's a starting quarterback setting records.
Hey, we'll talk about
my
that other
college
fight
heart is
next
happy.
week.
My everything is happy. I
What
can't
about
wait,
next
man.
week? What about next week, Sam?
We'll wait till next week. We'll talk about that other fight. That's not this weekend, but the following one.
Oh man, you guys, I'm so excited. And January 24th.
He ain't gonna make it this time.
What's January 24th?
So my three of my favorite fighters fight. Patty Pimblett is fighting Justin Gaethje.
Oh,
and then
and Justin Gaethje's one of my other ones also. But go ahead. Ooh, that's tough.
See, I love Patty, man. He's such a freaking
fight.
Sarcastic man. I freaking love his comedy.
Yeah.
And then Amanda Nunes fights Kayla Harrison, and Kayla Harrison has beat somebody, I can't think of her name right now, twice, and so I need Kayla Harrison to lose like really bad, and I think Amanda's going to be the girl to do that. And then Sean O'Malley fights. You guys, I am so excited to see Sean O'Malley, and he even made a joke. It's a little bit inappropriate, so I'm not going to say it out loud, but check my Twitter, and I shared it, and oh my god, I love that man. He's such a clown, and oh my god, I'm just so excited. Anyways,
we left scores on the board for the Minnesota game in particular. We'll do that real quick before we go to updates.
Okay.
Oh, scores. Okay.
I can go 31-21 in this game. Yeah.
Ooh. I think I'm going to go 32-14.
Okay.
31 was what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to take exactly what you said, so I'm going to give us one more.
Well, then we're going to need to score in some
I'm hoping we're
ways,
going to be able to scare him. Like, I'm feeling pretty good.
All right.
So I thought it was going to be us that hit the 40 mark and the Lions just over 30 last game with a 70-something point game. We got that 70-something point game, but because they ran the ball and we couldn't, and I needed it to go the other way, it flip-flopped. I think this game is going to surprisingly be a 17-13er.
Whoa.
If you're the closest, we'll bring it up for sure.
Yeah.
17-13, maybe a 2014, 2017 type deal. I would, if either team gets over 23, I would be kind of shocked. I think both defense, like I said, I think Sam's right about JJ getting dealt with and getting pressured, but I also think the Vikings are capable enough in their front to take some things away. So one of the defenses is going to have to win this game.
Ours deserves it more. I mean, what? Who said that?
Who's
Updates.
We got some news, fingers crossed, right? It's pretty much like a 90% lock, but life happens, things happen, right? So nothing is guaranteed. Marianne, the Superchargers, the Los Angeles Chargers super fan, Marianne is coming on the show. If you don't know her, you're lying because you actually do. You just unconsciously don't think you don't know her. She's been on your TV screen a bunch. She was on it in the Eagles game. She's on it in the Super Bowl. She's been on it just about every televised Chargers game. I think you see her face. And we are going to have the privilege of seeing her face on the show next week and talk about beating her team. Hopefully, hopefully she's a valiant guest and understands that when we tell her how bad she's going to get whooped, she gracefully take. No, I'm just kidding.
That'll be a fan origin story to get. I'm interested in that one.
Right. That's going to be fun. So
I'm sure she fans pretty responsibly. I think she's one of them.
I've read before that there was another team before, maybe at one point.
Yes. I think she used to live in Minnesota and was a Vikings fan, but then she moved to California like a long time ago, and she wanted a team close or something happened to make her a Chargers fan besides living there.
Right. Well, no, if that's where she put her forever home and that's what she wanted to be a resident
I think that's what it was. I think she wanted to stay there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with anybody moving out of the Green Bay, Wisconsin, and coming to Dallas to live forever and saying, I want to be a Cowboys fan. I'm not going to curse you for that. So I'm okay with that. But no, so hopefully she'll be on the show. Other updates, catch us, every Friday evening around this time, 7 p.m. We will be going live weekly. Catch us in the playoffs, hopefully.
Woohoo.
Catch us. Jimmy is going to go ahead and run an AM Mayhem this next Wednesday morning because regardless of whether we win this game and we're on the verge of winning out or whether we lose this game and we're basically out of the playoffs, I do want to rant about it. So catch me Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. for that. And I think that might be it as far as update goes. You guys got any words of wisdom or updates you'd like to say?
I got nothing today.
No,
Okay.
I can't think of anything. I had something earlier, but I can't think. Oh, tomorrow, if anybody's not, I knew it was soon. The 2025 Heisman ceremony is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, who's getting it?
Fernando
Who's the
Mendoza.
front runner?
I think it's, who'd you say?
Mendoza.
I think that's what I said, but there was somebody, I think I was gonna go with Love,
They
Jeremiah
could surprise
Love.
people and go
But
that
I
way.
also like the quarterback Julian Saiyan. I don't know if just because I like his name, Super Saiyan, but that'd be pretty cool.
Him and Mendoza are the two front runners, no? Saying and
I don't know. Jeremiah
I
Love's
think
got a lot of.
yeah, them three are the
It's
top
tight.
three,
I
but
think it's really,
I
there's
want it
not
to
a
be Love.
front runner like that this year. I don't think. But
no.
That's,
and neither Mendoza nor Saiyan had like some phenomenal game in that game against each other. It was a 13-10 ball game. So
right. Oh, yeah, against each other. Yeah, that probably would have settled it, huh?
And
yeah, if one of them
didn't
balled
Mendoza like not have? Never mind. There was one guy that was a Heisman favorite that did not have like very good stats at all. He just threw a lot of yards in a game, I think. I can't remember who he is. I'll tell you guys about it later. But anyways.
There's always somebody like on the list where you're kind of like, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right. Yeah, that's the updates. I guess I've got to, you can put me on the clock.
All right.
2 minutes. Starting now.
Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Well, I hate that song. Why? Because the Kid dances to it every time the Eagles win, and some reason it comes across my feed, and I want to just crush my phone in my hand when I watch it. Sorry, I lost 15 seconds ranting, and that's what happens when you fan irresponsibly by being angry at Bird fans. We're not supposed to concern ourselves with them. What do you concern yourself with is the game plan weekly from the Star We Are, which provided you a kickoff. W Energy, Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company. Get yourself some gear, get yourself some energy, get it with a discount. Use promo code TSWA. Sammy's news. She told us how Trevon Diggs is never going to play for the Cowboys again. No, she didn't say that, but the context is there. You just have to go back and look. She also told us that injury report doesn't look bad, except for Tyler Guyton is missing. That's going to be a key one. That's big. You know, your left tackle is the most important offensive lineman that you got. He's your blind side, so missing him is going to be crucial again. Step up, Nate Thomas, please. Then we hit the road to 6. Oh, also, Sammy said Fergie got a little nick in the calf. Hopefully that's not too serious. Then we moved to the road to 6 where we had already talked about Detroit, so we really focused on the Vikings and how JJ to JJ is a no-no. Sammy says we have to get after the quarterback, and Coach said, I believe, Coach, help me out real quick on this one. Can I
got to get back to running the ball successfully?
Damn ball, guys. Run it. You got to run it. You got to do it. Then after we skipped over halftime and went to Star Stat, where we showcased how Jalen Hurts with his 4 interceptions and a fumble was absolutely a superstar for the Dallas Cowboys this week. Then we reverted back to halftime to remind you to fan responsibly by not running out of time during your 2-minute spiel, which I will let's see. We spun the record. Sam was at 961. Landry's at 971. Landry's at 971 as well. My gut is at 8-8-1. My heart wants to be at 10-6-1. Then I gave you updates. Then I ran the 2-minute spiel, but I think I didn't do it very good. I'm out of time. I don't know. It was kind of bad. That was rough. Sorry.
I think it was good. It was good.
Okay. I think I missed.
As long as you got everything we did in the show in there, then it was great.
I think great. I did. Chat, thank you. Your support is incredible. It's cool. It helps us do what we like to do. And I mean, not really. None of us are. We're going to do this regardless who's watching. But we love for you to watch because we think we're kind of good at it. I believe Sam's really good at it. I know Landry's really good at it. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I think I'm decent at it. I think we all have lovely faces. We all have lovely personalities. We're decent people. So like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and then do the thing that Sam's about to tell you to do. Always, always, always.
Fan very responsibly. Love you guys.
Next week.
I'm a fan of the Star We Are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboy.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to.
I'm Jess Navarez, and you're watching The Star We Are.
If you're not following them, you are not fanning responsibly.
Plugged in and switched on. This